that being said, the industry's worth $1.4 billion, and it's over 24,000 jobs that are affected by the Sacramento River system. And we knew that that was going to be a problem. Johnny and I have known each other for over 30 years, and we ended up conforming when I was appointed to the Pacific Fisheries Management Council Salmon Advisory Subpanel, which George and Johnny sit on, and Sarah has always attended. And we formed our group to really create change. And we wanted to step outside of the norm, because what was happening in the last 20 years was not working. There was a lot of infighting. There was a lot of things that I'll just say were not being productive towards anybody's industry or towards the future for our kids and our grandkids. So therefore, we started working with all of them, and we formed the Bridge Group, and working with Roger and Fritz and Thad and many, many others on the Bridge Group, and then Paul and with Cal Rice, and bringing in all the connections of all of everything that's been done with salmon in the rice fields for today's project and discussion, but also our salmon imprinting project, which proves that fish can be raised and imprinted on main stem water and trucked far and further locations towards the Golden Gate, increasing survival rates and increasing the return rates of those fish. The model's already been done on the Feather River. They've been trucking fish there for 20 years, and the proof is already done. So that's where the proof of concept came from. But right now, currently at Coleman, those fish could not be trucked all the way out. They were straying at 98 to 99% because of that delta outflow. Battle Creek is just a minuscule, it's less than 1% of the smell of the imprinting of the delta outflow, if you will. But when you look at the Feather River, it's often 10 to 15, 18% of that delta outflow. Those fish can home in and know how to get home. So that's the other big program that we're doing. And then did you guys go there yesterday?
No,
did you see
I
that?
didn't have a chance.
Okay, didn't have a chance to see that, but that's one of the other things that the Bridge Group is doing. And so we're taking these innovative ideas of things that are done grassroots that we know, because we live, we eat, breathe, and die on this ground. We're floating the river, making a living and recreationally catching fish. They're making a living growing the food that feeds all of California right here on the same ground. We're out here today on the Conaway Ranch, out here in the middle of the Yolo Bypass, going to look on all the baby salmon. We just put 1 million baby salmon fall run from Coleman National Fish Hatchery in this rice field.
My brother and I are the ones that are working to do this.
Gets to be really quite astonishing, and fish growth is just off the charts. So the idea is, if we can get those fish into these rice fields, get them to rear for a while, put on some tremendous growth. We know that survivability during the transition to ocean rearing is highly influenced by size at emigration.
Part of that problem is that the larger that you rear fish, the more space they need at the hatchery, and also the more water flow that they need at the hatchery. And both of those two things are the biggest two constraints of Coleman National Fish Hatchery: water supply and space. So there's your space, right there.
Yeah, great point. Yeah, the million fish in these 5 sections of this field were in one raceway at Coleman as Fry. Which is amazing, right? I mean, the surface area here is tremendous, and we're learning now that even with 1 million fish, the food supply is off the charts. So.
Bring a handful of dead fish down. I mean, at this size, that's the only way people can really see them, but that's not kind of the...
Juvenile salmon that we put into the field from parental-based tagging, they'll spend the life here and have volitional passage out into Tule Canal and then back down the Sacramento River. This is one of the many practices of the bridge group that we're working on, is to put fish from the hatchery into the rice fields and follow the model that was led such 12 years ago, and then allow those fish to get out. What that allows those fish to do is grow faster at a rapid rate, have more space to actually grow and live. The amount of zooplankton in these fields is incredible. And not only that, we're going to find out in 3 to 4 years how they come back as adults. 2 million fish are in the rice fields and are going to be coming out so that you can catch them in your next fishery coming up real soon. Join NorCal Guides and Sportsmen today at ncgasa.org.